on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello and welcome Midlifers. We're your hosts, Fonz
And Miz.
And this is our weekly podcast where it's not self-help but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of nostalgia, laughter and a deep dive into the past.
Audience, listeners, Fonz, this is our last episode of the year.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm very excited. Look, you're all dressed up and fancy. I'm just in my Target t-shirt. But anyway, so we're going to actually have a bit of a different episode for you this year, today. We're starting off with 2024 reflections of how Fonz and I have gotten to where we are today.
Yep.
And the journey we've had this year. And the second half of the show is going to be pretty much a 2024 reflection of pop culture moments that have happened this year.
Absolutely. So let's jump in.
Yeehaw! Fonz.
Yes, Mez.
Almost exactly 1 year ago to the day, we were at a Christmas function with our besties, and you turned to me and said, what did you say?
Do you want to start a podcast?
And I was like, sure. Thinking that, sure, I'd like to. Would I have done anything about it if you hadn't pressed? Absolutely not.
As soon as I said it and you said yes, I was messaging Mez going, when are we going to start it? I have this idea.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Let's actually do this. Because, a lot of people have these.
You have an idea and you just
idea.
let it go away in the wind.
That's what I was expecting.
But no, I didn't.
You would not let me.
I persisted because it's that whole thing being midlife now. And I'm like, no, I'm ready to take life by the horns, grab the bull by the horns. And I want to do something that I've always wanted to do. And it's being back in the arts and creative. And who better to do it than with your best friend? So here we are. I remember making my son's bed. I thought, nah, I'm not going to start a podcast. Nah, come on. And then at that dinner,
Yeah.
I like, do you want to start a podcast? It was like in here. And I never thought in my life, like I would listen to these ads and think, no, I don't think that's me.
Yeah.
But now this is the best thing for my mental health, for my creativity, for giving me purpose. This has been the best thing.
Yay. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Going back to our first, when we first recorded our first show, which is we did in your back room, this little table. And like, okay, we've got our ideas ready. The Midlifers has come about because we, originally when we first started talking about a podcast, we're like, well, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
And then Midlife came along because that's where we are. And we did a soft launch of our socials in March.
That's all
Hard
right.
launch in April. And I think May was when we first, I don't even know when our first
I don't
podcast.
know.
I think it was
can't
around
remember.
May.
Yeah.
I remember it being cold. Anyway, so like, okay, we've got ideas for our first show. I Googled how to set up Audacity and how to do it with 2 mics. We're ready to go. About 2 hours later, still fiddling with everything.
That's right.
It took us a while to get there.
And I remember it took us so long to get all the plugs and this and that.
And I'm needing help, and I was looking at Fonz like, help me. And Fonz like, I don't know.
I have no idea what's going on. Like, 'cause I just came out of being like a stay-at-home mum. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
I'm saying I need help. Anyway, we got there.
That was funny.
And it'll be interesting because I am going to listen back to our first episode.
Okay.
The interesting tidbit about our first episode, the one that we've actually got up is like the 4th time we recorded it. We did 4 runs of it.
Did we?
We did.
I can't remember.
We did. We did it once. We go, all right, let's do it again.
That's
we did it again.
right. We're like,
So
we're going to practice every episode till it's perfect.
now it's like, no.
That was not time effective.
It wasn't.
Because that's right. Because remember we were sounding quite scripted by the end.
Yeah, because we'd already heard what each other was going to say. See, we've come a long way. We realised with the socials, I tend to be in the videos. I'm front and centre. Where Fonz likes to do these great viral memes and GIFs that take over the world. And and we were talking about some of our videos that we've got up there, and Fonz goes to me, oh, how embarrassing. I'm there in my dressing gown. I just looked at her because I've got at least 10 videos of me in my dressing gown and counting. It is my wardrobe of choice.
It's a lovely velvety dressing gown you
It's
have.
so thick.
It's so blue and velvety.
I should rack up a count of how many times it makes an appearance. All right, can I ask you, let's go down for a second. What have
Okay.
been the hard parts in podcasting?
Oh gosh. None, because you do everything. Because I'd say that for me, it's the tech. I don't understand it. My head's in the clouds. It's gotten out of the clouds now. Like the fog's gone.
Yeah.
But I think the tech has been, and also gauging what the audience likes.
Yes, that's where I was going to go, because the tech's been hard, but like with anything, you know, you learn and get better at it.
Yeah.
And as I said, thank God for Google and YouTube tutorials. That's helped me with everything.
Definitely.
But I find, because on the back end of things, we get numbers and statistics of who's been listening and who's not and who's dropped away. And definitely there was big interest in the beginning, and then maybe about 3 months into it.
Which is normal.
Yes.
We have gone on to Reddit to check, is this normal?
It is normal.
It is normal.
So, and the thing is, basically at the start, people log on and listen because they're like interested, like, oh, what are you guys actually up to?
And it's also people having a sticky beak, like
beaks.
friends and stuff like that. But then this is where you find your true niche, your true fans.
And true followers. Yes. And people actually really like your content. And that's where, from our research, we've seen a lot of people give up their podcasts because the numbers drop, and it's basically starting from scratch, even though you've been doing it for 4 months or whatever. And it's like, okay, and that's where we've just got to persevere. Yes, and it's hard sometimes.
But what I find, if I have to say, how Mez and I have been like a jigsaw puzzle. Like we work, and like when one of us is down, the other is up, and vice versa.
Totally.
And it's so good that our menstrual cycles are not the same.
The hormones.
The hormones.
Because one of us is like, oh, no one likes us. And the other one's like, come on. You can
We're ovulating. We can do this. And then it changes.
Yes.
And that's been, I'm so glad we haven't synced up.
Yeah.
That's good. That's been great. But also, I don't know. I'm loving this year for our podcast.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know, just knowing as well that we have followers, like genuine followers that love us for us. That's the best. That's the best.
It is.
They like me. They really like me.
And just, and like obviously friends and family, which we'll get into at the end. But we've had, a few random new fans and followers reach out, say, I really like your podcast.
Yeah.
It's something different, picks me up. And it's like, that means the world to us.
Yeah.
Because it means that what we're producing, it is actually reaching out and affecting people.
Because it's not only making us feel good, like we're making a community.
Yeah. Would you ever say, if someone says, what do you do for a living? When would you be confident to say, I'm a podcaster?
I have already said it.
Oh, really?
So I think it's since, can I talk about ML Evolve?
Yeah, okay, sure.
So we've started a business called ML Evolve, where we create content for others and sending out our first invoice.
Oh, okay, yep.
And that's when I said, we are now content creators. So where was I at? Which okay.
All
right, midlifer moment. So this year's been a big year for me in regards to my health, where I've had to have things checked up, and I had to go see a breast surgeon just to have something checked out, which turned out to be aging. So,
yay!
And the surgeon asked, "What's your profession?" And I started off saying stay-at-home mum, and then I said, "Nay, I'm not." Nay. I'm so sorry. Mr. Ed came out of me. Reincarnation. Wilbur. And I said, no, I'm actually a content creator. And he was asking questions about our content.
Awesome.
And that's when I felt confident. I'm like, right. I think it's a matter of getting paid.
Yeah. So I feel like, I still haven't said it yet. Actually, no one's asked me, to be honest. But
go get some health checks.
Okay.
As I've been saying it to my optometrist, to my dentist. I think it's that jump from hobby to career.
Yes.
And when you go past that, and I feel like we have gone past that.
Well, it's interesting.
In my opinion.
Yes. Well, it's interesting because I've actually given up my day job. I was doing bookkeeping. I've been doing it for many, many, many years. And luckily, thank you, husband, for allowing me to do this. And we're in the financial position that I can take a bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of time. Got to get in there.
That's why we're that money.
To pursue this. And it's like, the creative side of me has been on the back burner and been laying dormant for about 20 years. Work came along, married life, kids, us watching Elvis reignited that. Elvis. What was his name again? The Baz Luhrmann. Oh, yeah, Baz Luhrmann's Elvis.
Baz Luhrmann.
Austin Butler.
Baz Luhrmann.
Let's a fire in our bellies.
Yeah.
And
never would I've thought from having a chat after watching Elvis that we would be here.
In your kitchen.
In my kitchen.
A podcast. And I just said to my husband, because, raising kids and everything like that, you put yourself on hold.
Yeah.
I said, if I have any regrets in life, it'd be for me at this point in time, not just giving it my all. So that's why I was like, I'm going in. We're in this full ball.
We are
balls deep, as we say in Australian culture.
Balls deep.
I just want to go on to the kids as well, because sometimes when I do my videos and stuff, I'll show the kids and they just look at me with this look of what the hell. But in regards to the podcast, I really want to, because I tell them, all the work that goes into the podcast, because for our 30-minute episodes, it's about 7 or 8 hours work. So there's a lot of work into it, but we love
it's worth it.
And we believe in it.
Yeah.
We just need people to listen. So
please just tell one person. One person.
I hope that my kids, give some inspiration to my kids to be like, you know what, follow your dreams. Follow your dreams.
Yes, I agree 100%. It's funny because my son is always like, I have my own podcast.
Oh.
The Frog Lifers. I'm like, yeah.
That's so cute.
And he was like, I've got 1 million subscribers. What do you have, mummy? Shut up, child. Yours is make believe. But I see us and what we're producing molding our children. Yeah, for sure.
Can you tell our listeners about the hate mail, the hate letters?
We got our first hate mail from my son. He would make, oh my God, so many things happen. So in my bedroom, I keep a set of goals on my door. And I looked at the goals and he crossed out the midlifers. He rubbed it right out with a blue texter. I'm like, did you do this? Then I'm sitting at the table and I see this piece of paper being passed to me. I look at it. It says, destroy the midlifers. He didn't like it. He doesn't like my time, or did not like my time being on the midlifers. He wanted it all for himself.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter he goes to school. Doesn't matter he goes to kids' birthday parties. I want mummy for me.
I want you all to myself.
No. What's your 2025 predictions for the midlifers?
Oh, more people will listen.
I would love some more followers. I predict we should get at least one more follower of the midlifers. I predict.
I agree with your prediction.
Another follower.
Nostradamus. And also we're always looking to rejig or rework to make ourselves better. So if you have any suggestions, what you like, what you really like about us, and what you don't like, please send them through.
We appreciate your feedback because we are wanting to keep evolving to make your ears happy.
Make those ears happy. A podcast is just going to go from strength to strength. Mm-hmm. Let's bring on 2025.
Bring on 2025. Pop culture moments.
2024.
Mez, what's been happening this year? So much,
but we couldn't remember any of it. Our midlifer brains went.
It's like the cogs are so rusty.
And we Googled, I was like, the Olympics happened. And
I forgot about the Olympics.
How could we forget about it? We did a 2-part special on the Olympics.
I forgot all about it, Mez.
Yes.
What was your standout pop culture moments?
I actually don't have a standout one. One that's been...
Come on.
Oh, you're talking about Olympics then or not?
Yeah.
You starting with R and ending a gun? Raygun. Raygun.
I was actually thinking of starting with P and ending in S on the pole vault.
I was like, what the hell is that? Pop culture moments?
Penis on the pole vault. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf.
No Elf on the Shelf. Penis on a pole vault. That's the one for the mums. What nationality was he? I can't remember.
French.
It's a French. Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't make fun of that one because it's like poor.
I know.
I wouldn't say poor guy.
Lucky
he's
him.
doing all right for himself.
Yeah,
I think so.
But that was quite the moment of history.
It was.
I can keep going on about penis moments in history, Miss, but let's stick to 2024.
We're going to the Olympics.
Okay.
So you do penis in a pole vault. I'll talk about Raygun, which I was actually watching live. I was editing the podcast on my table and I had it going on in the background, but because I was listening to the podcast, I wasn't, didn't have any context. And I saw her, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, in my head, I was like, what? But I wasn't really concentrating. And then the next day I saw the viral memes like, that's what that was about. I just thought I didn't realize she was Aussie and she was the only one of that level.
I was like, what did you say? Can we just start with in Raygun? Because I don't like shooting people down when they're down, But she was dudded at the start with that, was it Asics tracksuit?
Oh, yeah. That was...
Mate, that was something like of the past, and that did not make her look cool at all with the baseball cap. It looked so dorky.
It looked like us if we tried to do it.
No, it looked better. That was bad.
It was bad.
That was bad. So I saw the tracks and like they dudded her.
Okay.
Because sometimes you need a bit of visual,
Yeah. But even still, I think her movements that followed that did not.
I cover my face because I have secondhand cringe every time I think of. And it's funny because people are like, I'd like to see you do the same. Like, I can. And I did it. And my husband was like, please don't hurt yourself. I go, I can do this. Yeah, I could do it.
Her moves or better?
Her moves.
Okay.
Not better.
Okay.
I could do her moves.
I can't remember what else happened at the Olympics.
The Turkish shooter.
Oh, yeah. The one that just rocked up. It's like, yeah, let's give it a go.
He's like an uncle at Christmas.
Yeah.
Just rocks up, does his bit and leaves and everyone just loves him.
Yeah.
That's what happened with him. Everyone's got their high-tech gear.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I don't know, just a pair of sunnies from Anko.
Yeah.
And a T-shirt and boom, he was done.
Bada bing, bada boom. And I remember the closing ceremony of Tom Cruise, coming in. Remember Tom Cruise coming in?
Yes,
They went to LA and then had Billie Eilish singing in LA.
That's all right. I forgot
and
that.
Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg during the Olympics.
Snoop Dogg.
Wasn't he great?
Yeah, and he was sitting with Martha Stewart or something.
I was thinking about Snoop Dogg because my son knows of him and what have you. How can he still be cool at his age?
Because we're letting him be because we grew up with him.
Why can't we be cool? Like older people can be cool. That just shows me
he's only cool to us.
No, he's cool to my kids too.
Well, I've got no answers to that, Mez. I don't know. I don't know.
About him.
Good for you, Snoop.
Well done.
Well done.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Doggy dog. Hey.
Yes.
Can I say the event that stopped the world?
Yeah.
It put a halt on the world. The CrowdStrike flop where all of the internet
says no.
In corporate worlds just went down. Then what made it not stressful in a way was that it was happening all over the world.
Yes, yeah.
So it wasn't just for, say, one company that I know people work for. It was everyone. So they kind of like had to put their hands in the air and like,
yep,
we're out. We're
done.
We've got to wait.
Yep.
That was
big.
That was huge. Not for me, not for us so much because we were home on a Friday night.
Yeah. Oh, cool. You made a great little clip about it that went viral, so that was great.
Oh, yeah.
Great for us. Great content. But it's just funny. It just shows that like how obviously reliant we are on the internet.
Yeah.
I think even in Australia, like remember it had Optus outage as well. So Optus customers were out for a day. Because I remember going to a cafe that morning. I just happened to have cash. And they said, internet's out, only cash. I'm like, I have cash.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's why you always have to have, I always get told, have some cash on you. I've only got $2.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I had $5. But then I spend
That's
it.
good.
Then I spend it and then you forget to replace it. Yeah.
So bad. What else happened this year?
So this is an odd one. J-Lo and Ben Affleck split up. Who saw that coming?
Surprise, surprise, surprise. I mean, I don't like that we're celebrating the demise of a relationship.
Demise?
The demise. The demise?
Demise.
Demise of a relationship. It says demise.
No,
demise.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
We're unhinged. Just bear with us.
So unhinged. But
a question for you:
Yeah.
Who would you rather be in the relationship with? Like taking away the sexuality, like J-Lo or Ben Affleck?
J-Lo. Ben Affleck's he's a gambler. He's an alcoholic from what New Idea have told me.
I reckon she would be hard to live with. I reckon
I reckon he would be hard.
he'd be
Harder.
harder. Well, luckily, we won't have to deal with that ever.
We have our normal husbands, our normal suburban everyday husbands.
Taylor Swift. Was this not Taylor Swift's year?
How much has she entered into our psyche, our conversations, everything?
Yeah,
even one of our besties' daughters made an Elf on the Shelf about Taylor Swift.
Yes, she did.
Shout out to her.
Yes.
She made 2 Taylor Swift themed Elf on the Shelf things.
Very creative.
Yeah.
But it's obviously her world tour, which is just about to finish, I think.
Yeah, and remember all the talk about the jets, like how much private jets, and how Travis Kelce travelled from Vegas to Sydney and back again. And it's like, I'd do it.
Yeah, me too. If I had the opportunity, I would. I don't like him. I don't know.
I don't know anything about him.
Neither do I, but just from the looks, nah.
You don't like a bearded big beefcake?
I'd remind me of some beefcake, but there's something about him.
Okay.
For Taylor Swift. 2 people that I know nothing about.
I know.
I have opinions. Big year. Big year for Taylor. Good on her. And I feel like with the female artists, like Sabrina Carpenter also was
I love Sabrina
huge this year. Chapel Roan. Like for female artists, they are crushing it at the moment, and I love
and
that.
they're making it their own.
Yes.
But also, if we're going to talk about female artists, Wicked, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande just bloody killing it.
Yep,
they can sing. They've got authenticity. Kudos to them.
Kudos. I look forward to watching Wicked.
Me too. Haven't watched it yet, but I do know.
Yep. No. What else you got?
I put down Oasis reunion.
That
was big. I missed out.
I did
miss my old age forgetting.
It'll be interesting. I hope they put on a good show.
Just don't let them have a fight and let the world tour continue.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that just reminded me. Justin Timberlake this year.
Yes.
This is going to affect the world tour. And the police officer's like, what world tour? He didn't know who Justin Timberlake was.
He got arrested.
Yes.
Crimea River. Anyway.
Yeah. And he was saying this is going to affect the world tour. And the police officer had no idea who he was and what world tour.
No.
There we go.
You're not as big anymore, Justin.
No.
You're not in your heyday.
So 2024, you have been a great year. A heck of a year.
Yes.
And I can't wait for next year.
Me too.
What's on the bingo card for next year?
Who's going to split up? Who's going to get together?
And who's going to be trending?
Who's going to be taken the piss out of and turned into a viral meme next year?
Imagine if it's us.
No. No, Franz.
In our dressing gowns. Season 1 is over, Miz.
Just so you know, followers, we are having a little summer special where we're going to show, pick our favourite segments over the years.
Yeah. 1 year.
1 year. And play them each week. So there will be something there. It's our last full episode for the year. So we wanted to take a few minutes to say thank yous.
And there are a few shout outs we'd like to make. First of all, this couldn't have happened without our husbands. So thank you, husbands, for your support.
And your critiques, which sometimes we
cry. Shut up. Get out. I'd say, get out. I want to hear your critiquing. But it's what's propelled us. So thank you.
Thank you very much for your support.
To our kids for their hate of us spending so much time on a midlifers. Not again, Mum.
Thank you to my kids for putting up with me and watching the videos that I produce.
Thanks, kids. To our parents for watching on YouTube, because they don't know how to work Spotify, so they can watch it on YouTube. Thanks, Mum and Dad.
Yes, thanks to my mum and brother for watching.
Yeah, and to my brother, he always gives he roasts me.
Oh, okay.
He gets my son. Come here, go to Mummy. Red. Raven, shut up. To our besties, Erin and Cal, thank you, girls, for your full support online, just your advice, everything.
Your feedback and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls. To some high school people now, Ms. To Mark at SC Accounting, your support has been brilliant.
Yes, thank you for reaching out to us and believing it.
Yeah, the belief in us, it kind of propelled us forward again.
Yes.
So thank you. To Nadia Melandra, a singer from high school.
Yes, and she's always there. Always there, always commenting on our socials. Thank you.
Yes, you're a constant and we love that.
Yeah.
Now if we're going to our Instagram followers, Nostalgic Nikki, mate, she's from America and she has been so supportive of our Instagram. She's seen our YouTube. She's listened to our podcasts. She's cool.
She's very cool.
She's a very cool supporter.
Check her out if you like nostalgia and 80s
Nostalgic
vibe. Yes.
Nikki.
Yep.
Zach from Canada who watches on YouTube.
Yes. Well, you're
awesome.
I know. A constant Canadian follower and watcher on YouTube. Thank you very much.
You back us up. Seriously. And with your comments too. Thank you. To also Natasha JB on Instagram. Thank you for listening to us and thank you for supporting us on Instagram.
And thank you for listening to us because we know you've told us that you love our show and that means so much to us.
It means a lot. And also to Rabina, she's a Maya therapist who's been supporting us on Instagram as well and that's listened to the pod. Where are we up to? The company Nonna's Judging You and Use Me Accessories, 2 separate companies on Instagram, but we have created such a community with those ladies.
Yep.
Thanks, girls.
Great products. Check them out.
Amazing. I just want to do a quick shout out, Mez, to Andrew and Anki who are from Hong Kong. I believe they set up our Hong Kong fan base for us. Thanks, Andrew and Anki.
Thank you.
And to all our Hong Kong listeners. Zoe, Kenobi, Carrie Ann and Jamie, thank you for your messages and for listening to us. Grant. Thank you for always supporting us on Instagram and for listening to the pod and to your wife Carly too. Thanks, Grant. Mez, I'm now going to end with the countries that listen to us.
Oh, before you do,
Okay.
I want to say thank you to you.
What? Me? You? Oh, me?
Obviously.
Aw, stop
Couldn't
it.
have done it without you.
No.
And it's been so great.
It seemed awesome.
So we've known each other for, it's close to 40 years.
Yeah.
It's very close to 40 years. And, with friendships and life, our journeys have gone this way and that way.
Yeah.
And we've reconnected.
Yeah.
We see each other every week. We
Yeah.
message each other so many
Every day,
times during
twice
the
a day.
day. And it has been
It's been the
barrel of laughs and creativity and who would have thought?
I just want to say thank you for your kindness and also putting up with my foibles. Whenever I make a mistake or I fluff up, Mez is always so patient with me.
Oh.
And it kind of, that helps me because you help me propel forward with your kindness. So thank you. Rather than yelling at me like, she's so kind. So thank you. I've loved this year. You have made my year.
It's been fantastic.
Yes. All right. Now drum roll to the countries. 12 points. No. To the countries that have helped supported us. Australia, 12 points. No. To America, thank you. Canada, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Russia, the UK, Greece, Japan, the UAE, Malaysia, Poland, Taiwan, Norway, Singapore. If you're from there, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
We see you and we value you.
We value you. That's hard to say.
We value you.
Thank you to all our listeners.
Oh,
What a big year it's been. We wish you all the joy and luck and all the best in your life.
Yes.
For the end of this year, going into 2025. And we are going to see you
next year.